It's Brunch with Brian. We're live here. How are you guys doing today? It's a beautiful day outside. It's like the nicest weather. Normally, it's getting pretty hot here in Arizona this time of year, but it's staying very nice. So today is a gorgeous day. We were out playing pickleball this morning, and it's National Be a Millionaire Day. National Be a Millionaire Day. Yay! So let's talk about being a millionaire. So, how do I want you to be a millionaire? Do I want you to have $1 million sitting in the bank? No, I would rather have you have $100 of equity in 10 different properties. So, now that would put you in a position where you're equity rich and cash poor, but not necessarily because that's where you've got your income. So, what's the difference between cash and cash flow? What do they say? They say cash is king, right? You've heard that saying before, cash is king. Well, I say cash flow is king. Cash flow is king. So if you got 10,000 bucks in your hand, it's great. Yay, 10 grand. I can go and something or spend some money, right? But the whole issue is that money's going to be gone. So then you got to make 10 grand again. And that's why I like cash flow deals instead of wholesales. Because if you're doing wholesale deals, you can make 10 grand per wholesale, but every time you do one, then you got to find the next one. It's a one paycheck deal. Whereas when you're doing cash flow deals, you buy one and then you continue to make money off of it. It's a cash flow deal. So you make $10,000 maybe up front. And remember, we got the non-refundable option deposit is a big part of what we do here. So we get our non-refundable option deposit, and that actually is good for your cash flow. So that's really good too, your cash flow. If you get, if you just had a whole bunch of rental properties, it would be great. But and you would have cash flow, but you wouldn't be getting the non-refundable option deposits, which I really like. So I want you guys to be thinking about when you're doing these cash flow deals, is that you're doing them smart and you're making $1 million, but you're having that $1 million be something that will be a sustainable income. So if you just have $1 million in the bank, what would you do with it? Would you buy? And this is what I would recommend. If you had $1 million in the bank, I would recommend that you parcel that out into down payments and you get regular financing. Now, don't forget, we always talk about seller financing and getting, and asking people, would you sell this house for what you owe on it? Would you take payments? So definitely we are, looking for those type of deals. However, if you've got, now when you use a private lender, like a national private lending company, which I can hook you up with, you would need 20% down, okay, on what they call rental loans. So rental loans, usually it's 20% down, and then it's hi babies. It's 20% down, and then it's and closing costs or whatever. So if you do the 20% down, then you have to come up with the 20% down, right? But if you had $1 million cash, you would have a lot of 20% downs. And so, if you're buying houses for maybe, let's say 100, I like this price range, 80 to 150. It's a good price range. If you can find houses in your area that are 80,000 to 150 that nice families would still want to live in, that's what we're talking about. Okay. So I like that. And so if you're a millionaire, if you have $1 million, I want you to put it into rental properties because you're trading cash for cash flow, trading for cash flow. So again, if you have investment capital, you can buy a lot more properties because guess what? There's a lot of sellers who will sell you the property. It will be a good cash flowing property. However, they won't do seller financing. They won't take monthly payments. So if that's the case, what do you got to do? Well, then if it's a good deal, that's where you would have to come up with financing. Okay. And so if you do a rental loan on a property, $150,000 property, you're going to have to come up with 20% down. So what's 20% down on a $150,000 property? 30 grand down, right? So, if you had $1 million in the bank, that's a lot of $30,000 down payments. It's like 33 down payments. So you could buy a lot of properties. So you can do these rental loans. And I don't want you, even though I love seller financing and I push seller financing, don't forget that there are deals out there that won't do seller financing, but that doesn't mean they're not a great deal. If you've got the financial backing, which means a 20% down payment and closing costs, and then if the house needs fix up, so that's a little bit more. So you would need on a $150,000 house to buy it through a national private lender, you would need how much? 30 grand down plus closing costs. On a $100,000 house, you would only need 20 grand down, right? 20 grand down plus closing costs. So don't forget that that's a possible way to do it. And if you want to be a millionaire, that's where I want your money if you're a millionaire. Now, we've got to be a millionaire off of just 3 properties. I mean, we had 3 properties that we held over a long period of time that we ended up making about 1.12 million off of. So the key is getting in and then just holding on for a long time, because that's where your equity grows, because all your renters are paying your mortgages off. So that's the key. Okay, I'm going to try to read what you guys are saying here. It's kind of bright out here. Let me see if I can read this. What do we got here? Caleb's always making good points. Agree. After doing a few wholesale deals, I get tired of dealing with junkers and starting over. Yeah, because every time you're starting over, every new wholesale deal you do, you got to find another deal. I like wholesales just fine. Don't get me wrong. Trying to get links to previous Teaching Tuesday emailed request. Okay, Michael, I will notify our office that you wanted that. Okay. Good morning, Tony. Cash flow is king. Absolutely. Cash flow is king. Why would anyone keep $1 million in the bank? That's right. So you got to if you've got the investment capital, you can do a lot with it. Buy an apartment building. All right. Now, if you're looking at apartment buildings, that's another category of property. And you know what, guys? I like apartments, and we've owned apartments before. Sometimes it makes sense, but that's where you got to get into your cap rate. You have to understand your cap rate, which basically you want to get a 10% cash flow of whatever the property is worth. So like a cap rate of 10 would be great. That would mean that if it's $1 million property, your net cash flow is 100,000. All right. So that, apartments are fine. It's a little bit different management issue. It's a different structure for sure. You're not getting big non-refundable option deposits, but I don't want you guys, if you're interested in apartments, that can be a good option. Okay. And private lenders do cash out refis. I know. Guys, both Lynette and me are certified private money brokers. So if you do need private money, and if you have a 20% down, we could actually help you with that. Good morning, WL. Great to see you. Yes, private lenders do cash out refis. You guys are bouncing around. Can anyone suggest a private lender? Just come to me, okay? I do them. We do them, and we have a company that has the best rates for a national private lending company. So if you've got a deal that you want to do a cash out refi, come to me. I can get you the best deal and the best rates. Thanks. You bet, MJ. Michael Johnson. Okay, keep the good ones and wholesale the rest. Yeah. And guys, don't forget, when you're buying junkers, you can fix them and hold them. That is a strategy, fix and hold. You don't have to always sell everything on wholesales if you got the cash. Now, then obviously you need the cash to fix it up, and then you're going to be into it for a little while. You're not going to get all your money out right away. Thank you, guys. As always, turns to commercial. Yes, right. Justin, you were asking about apartments, and that does get into commercial loans at a little bit different. It's a different ball game. So yeah, I do like the residential. I do like the single family residences. I also like the duplexes and triplexes. Some of you guys have those in your area and some don't. We have very few multi-units in Phoenix like that, but in Minnesota, there's a lot more. In fact, we own some duplexes out there, and then we own some half duplexes. The way they sell them, they're deeded separately. So we actually own some of those there too. All right, guys. Well, great day. Let's have an awesome week this week. Let's get on the path to being a millionaire if you're not there. And that's just focusing up, and it's doing one deal a month. It's just doing one deal a month. And, I count when I say cash, when I say being a millionaire, that equity counts. So if you're buying properties smart and getting good equity in them, that's awesome. All right. So, guys, what's our affirmation for today? Cash flow is king. Okay. Cash flow is king. Ready? 3 times on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cash flow is king. Cash flow is king. Cash flow is king. Yes. All right. Let's do some deep breathing. Nice deep breath in. Always big smile. Feels good. Let it out. Another deep breath. Oh, it's really fresh smelling here today. And one more. Nice deep breath. Big smile. Awesome. All right. Good job, everybody. Nice. Good session today. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. All right. So, guys, great day. Let's have a great day today. Cash flow is king, as WL chimes in too. So let's have a great day. Until I see you tomorrow, what are you going to do? You're going to keep expecting success, getting awesome training from the Wolf Couple, and taking action. Yeah. See you tomorrow.